Hi, I'm Catherine McLennan and I'm here today to do an assessment with Ashley, who's volunteered to be my special helper today, to show you how to conduct the pre and post test for Listen to Read. So you're going to do a good job for me and do your best?
Yeah.
Good girl, excellent. All right. Now, while I'm asking you to do some things for me, I'm going to be writing down some things here. So don't think I'm working really hard and Catherine's not even looking at what I'm doing, because I know it in my head and I'll just be scribbling some notes down, okay? So first of all, you can either photocopy these sections from the workbook. There is a parent copy on page 14, 15. There is a student copy, which is slightly larger so that the child can see easily. And there is a pre and post test result sheet, which is on page 18, 19 and 20. Too easy. Now we're up to here. Can you tell me the names of those letters?
D, K, P, B.
So in the consonant names section, for V, Ashley said U. It does look a little bit like a U. And for J, she said I. So I just recorded those slight errors. So now we're going to move on to the sounds that the letters make. And if you get stuck, Ashley, and you want to think of a word to help you, that's fine. Okay, so we're up to this one here. Good. Did you think of a word to help you?
Cross.
Excellent. Okay. Right, I'll just stop you there for a moment. So we started off with br and cr and gr. For fr, she said fur, so I've written down F-E-R because it's not quite blended. She got tr, and for pr, she said purr, so I've written down P-E-R, so I'm writing it down exactly like she's saying it. And for dr, she said dur, so just a few things that aren't quite blended, so we'll keep going, and if you can think of some words to help you, that's great. So we're up to this one now.
Skirt.
Excellent. Okay, good. What about this one? Okay. Let's just stop there with that one. Okay, so I've just written down what she was saying. For smirt, she said sim. For snurt, she said sin. So it's not quite blended. She got spurt and swir. For plurt, she said pull. And for blurt, she said bull. And clert, she said cool. And flirt, she said full. And glurt, she said ghoul. So I've written it down exactly the way that she pronounced it. And for twirt, she said twir. She got sh and ch and were and thurt right. Now, we'll go on to these harder ones. These are really hard, so don't worry too much if you don't get them. If your child is struggling at this point, you might stop and not do the remainder of these and then move on to the sight words. Actually, we might do that. We might skip those and we'll move on to the sight words.
Start.
Excellent. You've done really well. Have you learnt bossy E at your school?
No.
No? Have you remembered that, Fiona, if they've learnt bossy E? The letter E at the end of the word makes the vowel say its name? No? Can you see the E at the end there?
Yeah.
So instead of k-aki, it's cake, because this E is bossy and it makes the vowel before it say its name. So k-ake. So we should only hear A, E, I, O or U in the vowels, not the sounds. Can you have a go at those ones for me, please?
Cape. Nose.
Good girl.
Pip. U.
Excellent. Okay, so I just wrote down what Ashley said. For pipe, she said pip. For tape, she said trap. For dope, she said dropped. So if you haven't done those at school, that was a really good go. That was excellent. Okay, what about these ones here? Can you read any of those words for me?
Paint. Play. Tree. Team. Either. You. Try and pronounce it.
Try and sound it out, do you? Okay, what if Mum's busy getting dinner or your teacher's busy with some other children? Do you ever sometimes skip over the word and read to the end of the sentence?
No.
Sometimes that's a good thing to do. Say we're reading this sentence here and you got stuck on this word. Sometimes if you read on to the next full stop, you can have a guess at what it might be, okay? So what I want you to do is to just try and read these sentences. They start off really easy and then they get a little bit harder, and I'm going to stop you when I think it's getting a little bit hard for you, okay? So just take your time and we'll see how you go.
Pat ran up the hill to get the big dog.
Good girl. Excellent. You are a good reader, aren't you? Because you can read well above your age. Well done, Ashley. Good girl. Okay, so I was just doing the McLennan reading age guide then. It just gives you an idea of the approximate reading age. Ashley is 8 years and 9 months in her chronological age, and her reading age is 9 years and 3 months according to the McLennan reading age guide. So it just gives you an idea of, you know, if they are where they should be. And Ashley is a little bit above, so that's excellent. Well done. Now, I might get you, I've got lots of books here, I might get you to just choose a book that you'd like to read to me. And it's also a good idea maybe with your mobile phone to just tape them reading something, so at the end of the program you've got something to compare it to as well. So I'll just put those in front of you and you can have a look and choose a book that you might like to read. I've just got the Fitzroy Readers here, which are the books that we use in the tuition, the weekly tuition classes. It doesn't matter, maybe you've just got a book at home and just record them reading at the beginning before they start, listen to read, and then at the end, and then you can judge for yourself what the improvement is, as well as reassessing. So with the McLennan reading age guide, you can see what the actual improvement is as well. So would you like to choose a book for me to read? Oh, sorry, I nearly got you in the face then. I would like to point out that it is just a guide. It's not a standardised reading test. So teachers at school may have given you a standardised reading age test result, but it's just so that you've got something to compare their improvements to at the end. So first of all, you stop administering the test after the child makes 4 errors. You can put your pen on the word where they have made the error and see if they self-correct. You can also encourage them to read the rest of the sentence if they're stuck on a word, and they might be able to work it out from context clues or the other words around it. Depending on their age, with a younger child, like with Ashley, I'll start at sentence 1. With an older student, you would see how they went. Probably for a 10-year-old, you'd begin at sentence 6. If they were really struggling with sentence 6, then go back to the beginning. For someone in high school, you'd probably still start at sentence 6 as well. So just use a little bit of self-judgment there. If they're struggling with the one that you start on, then always go back to the beginning. If they do self-correct and they realise that they've made a mistake, you don't need to count that as an error. You can just write it on a piece of paper. So if they say sister instead of brother, you would write sister/brother, and you would put SC self-correct, so that you know they did make an error, they realised they made an error and they self-corrected. It's just for you to get a rough idea of where they're at, and then at the end you can administer it again and see what the overall improvement